Did you guys know that every time women we try to be girls and we champion a woman for leaving her marriage unprovoked, or we celebrate a relationship ending, or we champion and cheer on a woman who plays a man publicly on the internet, do you know what that does to your sister? We say we're girls, but we're really selfish because anytime we champion rebellion against our men, it backfires on us. Men also watch the same videos that we put out, and they look at the comments of us going, yes, sis, you did that, eat that up, da 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 da. Yeah, you should have left that marriage. Happiness over everything. Y'all know that hurts your sister, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some women who do leave marriages for really specific reasons. But in totality, from what I've been seeing on the internet, a lot of it is just based off of happiness and being quote unquote miserable. There's a saying going around with men saying men will sacrifice their happiness for a marriage when women will sacrifice their marriage for their happiness. And this narrative is spreading like wildfire to the point where men are being very anti-dating. I don't want to say this to discourage anyone, but I need my sisters to understand that the more we broadcast our downfalled relationships, the more you share a one-sided story about how your relationship was so trash or how your marriage was so trash or whatever the case may be, although you feel like you're venting and you're helping, you're not. You're actually harming the dating pool that's out there. You're actually harming your future prospects. It doesn't hit the way we think it hits. We trauma bond together. We hate the opposite side even more. It doesn't eat the way we think it eats. So if you care about your sister, if you're a girl's girl the way you say you are, you're a part of the sisterhood the way we say we are, be careful before you press record and you post that video. It might just need to stay in the drafts.
Facts. Facts. She didn't lie. She didn't lie about anything. Everything that she said was true, right? And let me tell you something. The biggest problem when it comes to ruining relationships, women's relationships, is going on social media. Like when you have problems, don't go on social media talking about, I've seen a lot of videos, women saying, I'm doing everything for my husband, I'm taking care of the kids, he's not doing anything, all he does is work, and complain about that. And women in the comments are saying, yeah, that's what happened to me. That's why I'm single now. That's why I'm divorced. I've lived that life before. You're miserable, you're unhappy, and all that stuff. And number two is that women go to other women, single women. They go to single women for advice. You understand what I'm saying? When they have problems in their marriage or in their relationships, they tell their friends, they gossip about their marriages. You know what I'm saying, to their friends. Let me tell you something, ladies. Um, we as guys, I've never heard a guy come to me saying, I have problems with my wife and whatever. Like, even if they tell me, it's not my place to tell them to leave their partner. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit there and listen. You understand? And most guys do that. Most guys don't give other guys advice about their relationships because they know what happens. They understand that, I can tell you something and you can go tell your girl that, this guy once told me this and this, my friend told me this and that, right? And I might end up being the one like in trouble, you know what I mean? When I was trying to help you. You understand what I'm saying? We just don't get involved in other people's relationships. And women are good at that, bro, because women are selfish and women can be horrible people, bro. I'm not anti women. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand. Like, I love women. I love their softness. I love their voices. I love their femininity. I love everything about women. But I know the nature of women, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I know. I understand that, when a woman is single, she doesn't like it when other women are in relationships. You know what I mean? They don't like it. They don't like it at all, bro. You know what I mean? And they will do anything to destroy that woman's relationship. And you have to watch out, bro. Like, you have to watch out. Like, ladies, you need to understand, like, you cannot come to social media looking for solutions or, looking for validation. I don't know what you're looking for when you tell people your business. your relationship business, your marriage business. I don't know what women looking for when they come to social media and tell people their businesses. I don't understand what you're looking for, because the only thing you're gonna get sisterhood. And sisterhood is your downfall, ladies. It's your downfall. You guys are not supposed to be listening to each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be taking advice from each other, because women give each other terrible advice. And that's facts. That's facts. Single women don't want to be single alone, guys. I don't know when are you going to understand this, ladies. When women are single and you are in a relationship, they will do anything to destroy your relationship. And that's facts. And that's facts, because they don't like it. They don't like being in that situation where you have a man, you have things going on for yourself, and they don't have a man. Understand what I'm saying? They're still running around, because ladies don't enjoy sleeping around, bro. Especially when they hit a certain age where they want to settle down and they want commitment and they cannot find it. They don't like it. They don't like it. They might lie and say, I'm happy single. I mean, that's a lie. You know what I mean? That's not even true. You understand what I'm saying? They want to be with somebody. And when you're a woman, once you get married, you're rid of your single friends. That's the first thing that you need to do. Let's move on to the next video.
Hundreds of women that work for me, and I think that what's happened, this false hope is really turned into something very different, because what I see is women that are from their early 30s to their late 40s that are miserable because they really were fed a lie. And it goes so much further than we think. And I think as women, we have to partially take responsibility for that, because I think I was one of these women in a leadership position that was like, wait it out, it'll be fine. Guess what? It's not fine. Like, it really isn't. And it's fine if you are one of those people that doesn't want to have a baby, but for a lot of women that isn't the case, and they've waited and they've waited and they've put their career first, and then when they've chosen to have babies, it's no longer their choice, and their frozen eggs didn't turn into embryos, and the embryos that they had didn't figure out into babies. And so I do think that we're in a position right now where, as leaders, we have a responsibility to not just talk the talk but walk the walk. You have to be honest about what it takes to be a leader and what those trade-offs are, instead of creating this narrative of false hope, because what I'm seeing is just so many women that are miserable. I have hundreds of
facts. These women are not lying, bro. But a lot of women would say, they're lying. I don't know why women like flexing being single. You understand? Because we as men, we're not flexing being single, bro. We're just not flexing it. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have a choice, because we cannot meet women's standards. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot, bro. We're struggling to meet women's standards, and we gave up on trying to meet women's standards. You understand what I'm saying? So these women are not lying, bro. These women, they're telling the truth. They're telling you, you can chase your career your whole life, but you will never find happiness in your career. There's no way you can find happiness in money, in superficial things, material things. You understand? You're not going to find happiness in those things, because, life was designed to share it with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Even us men, we just don't have a choice. I wish men had a choice to say, you know what, I want to get married. You know what I mean? But now men can't get married because, most men are average. And women are talking about, they want a guy who's tall, who's 6 feet tall, who's 6 figures, 6 packs, 6 that, right? And men can't seem to meet those standards. You understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is, bro. You've been lied to, ladies. You've been lied to. They told you that to chase your career and whatever. And then as soon as you hit 30, you try to, settle down and find someone who's committed. You can't find them. You understand? You're surprised. What is going on now? Why isn't man try to commit to me? What is going on? I have everything. I have my career. I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? But it seems like guys can commit to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you're no longer young. You know what I mean? You're not as pretty as you think. You know what I mean? You don't have as much value as you had when you were younger. You understand what I'm saying? You're competing with someone who looks way better than you, because looks matters, dude. No matter what women say, even if women hate it, like, because I know a lot of older women, they hate it. They hate the fact that, men are choosing younger and beautiful women. You understand what I'm saying? To have fun with, because men who are like successful, they don't take 20-year-olds or 22-year-old women serious. You understand? They just want to play with them. You know what I mean? It is they just want to have fun with them. It's just entertainment. But a lot of women, older women, they don't like it because they don't get that attention. You understand? They don't get that treatment. They don't like it, bro. They don't like it. Understand? Because they were given a false hope. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man, and it's sad. It's really sad, bro. And after they get their careers, right? Women, especially women in their 30s to their 40s, right? After they get their careers done, they believe that we should chase them. You understand? And you must remember one thing, right? The reason why women choose their careers, not their families, is because a career can't hold you accountable. You understand what I'm saying? If you're 20 years old and you have a boyfriend, you cannot talk to multiple guys. You cannot talk to 5 guys at the same time. You cannot have a roster of guys, because if your boyfriend finds out, he's gonna call you out. Like, he's gonna be mad and stuff, like, and tell you, like, I don't like that. Why are you talking to these guys and whatever? And most women don't like that. Most women want to enjoy their youth. Understand? They want to talk to multiple guys. They want to sleep with multiple guys. They want to do so. That's why they choose the careers. You understand? And as soon as they hit 30, bro, they want to, be in a serious relationship. They want to settle down. And even if you settle down with them, you're dealing with someone who's already dealt with a lot of guys. What do you think? Like, you think you're going to be too good enough for that person? You're not going to be good enough for that person, bro. It's impossible. Anyway, this is it for today, guys. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Chats. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this video. Peace, I'm out.